Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these amazing people have agreed to come and be silly with me tonight for a very, very good cause. With the week that has just happened, let's have some fun. Let's take a couple hours off from all of the real world stuff and have some silly, not to minimize anything, but just to take a little break. But we're not taking a break from a good cause because we got another good cause tonight that I'm going to get to in just a second. But first, I got to dot my I's and cross my T's. We use Roll20 as our virtual tabletop of choice. Our miniatures are done using Hero Forge, and that background image that you can kind of almost see behind them is from Pixabay. The art that the overlay is cut out of is from the cover of the Tiny Frontiers Revised Manual, which is the game we're playing this evening, as modified and chopped to tiny pieces by our art director, Thunderscape. Now, we can talk about these amazing people that came here tonight to help us raise money in this, the big finale, as we have decided to call it, for tonight of our Aftermath show. So let's start with Nick. Serrera has been a freaking joy. Serreras have been joys. Wow, that's hard to parse that out. But yes, both of them. Thank you for both of them. Thank you for joining us. And yeah, I'm not going to do a regular thing this week. Just thank you so much for joining us. Actually, give us if you got any links you wanted to drop. We're still doing that because.
I mean, just the Discord link, but
okay. Well, there you go. Thank
one.
you. There you go. That's very selfless. You, as you very smoothly remind me that we have a Discord, which is a great place to be on the internet. It is very supportive and inclusive, and if you want to be part of one of these games, join that Discord. And I'm afraid the next word that comes out of my mouth is wait a little bit because we're full, but we've got a way. I've got a plan. Oh, hey, thank you, Scott, for raiding. It's nice to see you and your party with you. You got here just in time. And waves hello back. I'll get to what you guys can do to get even more involved than normal in just a minute. But let's just keep going around the circle here before I get all distractified. I'm already distracted. Eddie.
Hello.
Hi, thank you for joining us. I am. This character is a lot of fun. There's all business, all the time, straightforward, straight shooting. Yeah, likable, questionable, but really interesting person. Thank you for bringing them to us. But where can we find you? You're all over the place.
You can find me on these fun links that I'm about to post in the chat. But other than that, pleasure to be here. Let's have some fun tonight.
Absolutely. We're going to get to that in just a moment. But first, two more persons. Oh, Wayward, how you doing?
Hi.
Hi. So glad you could make it this evening. I appreciate Cordelia. Not everybody starts a war quite as casually as Malware Inc. That's it's just like that was such a character defining moment because you just casually said afterwards, well, I'm malware, and it kind of didn't make anything better, but it kind of also kind of made anything better. But either way, thank you for this truly shocking character, Cordelia. I love them to pieces. And you art all over the place, so please tell us about where we can find your arts.
I do. Dropping the links in the chat right there.
Bam.
Well, Kevin said it. I do art. I make a lot of stuff for like stickers and things, and I sell it on the internet. And I'm currently looking for a day job. So if you want to support a starving artist.
Who does stuff which is witty and stylish, I will tell you, because I've gone and looked. I really like your shaped wordplay stuff. It really appeals. The other stuff is amazing too, but that's the one that really appeals to me. But yes, go shop there. Go. But there is one more person that I saved for last for a reason. Because I kind of stumbled and bumbled through the description last night of the reason why we're here and the reason why we're saving money. And not saving money, we're taking donations, and the reason we're raising money. So, Connor, first of all, thank you for joining us. I know you have been run off of your feet both virtually and really for days now. So, thank you for coming here. I hope for you, this is 2 hours where at least you don't have to solve anybody else's problems but Carl's.
Those are big enough.
Those
though.
are big enough problems. But where can we find you? And I will hand off to you as to why we're here tonight and who we're raising money for.
Right. Well, just briefly, if you're looking to find me as a person, I've just put my link into chat. That's where you can find things that I've written and designed, ways to hire me as a professional DM, or ways to contact me if you want me to work with you as a writer, creative project manager, or the like. My name is Connor. Pronouns are he, him. Professional DM, creative, licensed therapist, and dog dad. And today I'm going to be playing Carl, everybody's gruff yet somehow lovable engineer straight out of Texas A&M. The reason why the cause that you're talking about, the reason why I'm going to speak now is I am the president of D8 Summit Charities. We're a 501c3. We were organized almost a decade ago now as a vehicle to help gaming events raise money for some really great causes out there. And so we look for and vet causes for the quality of their outreach and the quality of their services. And we link up with gaming events and sometimes run our own. And so this is the third year in a row that our organization has put on Maydays 10 Days, which is it's an online charity event where people can play games, watch streams, win auctions, and all of that money goes to a cause. This year we are supporting the Equal Justice Initiative, EJI. They have a top score on Charity Finder because they make sure that the money that's donated to them goes to the services they offer, which is centered on a couple key ideas. First, to help people fight unjust convictions. You may or may not be aware, but many of you, I think, are going to give me very much a duh face when I say that the justice system in America is very unfair, particularly towards people who don't have money. And because that often falls upon the shoulders of minorities in the United States. Because yes, people, racism, sexism, homophobia, those are real things. Transphobia, they aren't able to fight unfair convictions. And so EGI helps them fight unfair convictions, while at the same time fighting systemic racism and otherisms. They run a couple museums to educate people in Birmingham, Alabama. And they also advocate for healthy prison conditions, because in the United States, you lose your rights when you're incarcerated. Like, you lose all of them. It's even legally possible to enslave you in the United States as per our U.S. Constitution. So they fight this for people who aren't able to fight for themselves. It's just such a great cause. And with it being so close to Juneteenth, we wanted to give back in a powerful way, and this is how we chose to do it this year. Thank you for your time. That was a lot of time.
No, that's worth every second of the wait. Thank you. That was an excellent explanation. And it brings us to, now that we've got a nice, healthy number of folks in chat, here's how you can help. And thank you for all the raids. It's already been 2. I'm hoping there's more. Tonight, for a $10 donation at this, let me put it up here. Go to that link that's in chat. The Nightbot just posted there. And if you make a $10 donation to that location, US dollars, my Canadian friends, just so you know. But if you make a $10 donation to that location, you can then come into chat here and in one sentence create an NPC that I am be forced to put in the game, no matter how little it has to do with the plot. And I've said this now a lot of times in the last day and a bit, and I don't think I've made it clear. I mean any NPC. Wouldn't it be terrible for $10 if they ran into a mimic in space? Wouldn't that be awful for $10? Wouldn't it be awful if one of the, any Anything you can imagine. If I don't know what it is, you'll have to explain it to me. But we can go for $10. All you got to do is donate at that link. For as soon as it starts to scroll off the screen, somebody please hit !EJI, and it will come back up again, and we'll keep it up there all night. Between last night and today, we are already at $280 raised out of our goal of $500. And there's a little more than that there, but we'll just leave it at the grand total is actually, I believe, 320 right now, but part of that's my fault. So, you know what, Hellhounds, it's still only $10. I will not charge you by the metric ton.
I can kill a T-Rex. Let's go. Come on.
So with that, $10 donation, create me a beast, and let's do this. With that,
I think Bison was calling me out on my Mountain Dew.
Oh,
I see something there.
Do it. Yes. All right. So with that, let's get in the zone by running the intro. We'll be right back. And we have returned. Carl, you've been sick. Oh man, you had carbon fiber fever. Not a lot of you did. You had a relapse. Yeah, it was awful. Not a lot of people survived the first time. Never mind the second time. But the big problem is you ended up with another infection, a graphite infection. And the penicillin didn't work. You had to have a pencilectomy finally for them to take it out. The only lasting effects, however, are from the carbon fiber fever. You now have a carapace over part of your robotic arm. It's kind of a pale yellow, looks pretty cool. But for some reason, the letters HB in capital letters are kind of impressed into it in a dark green. The doctor insists it's a leftover from the graphite infection. So they didn't get it all with the pencilectomy. However, the treatment, you and ambulance and Medi-Cal, the surgeon who did who saved you, have been the two of them have been roundly back and forth providing medicine in the form of bourbon. And so the three of you have been self-medicating for as much as you seem appropriate, as much as you feel is appropriate, until finally ambulance looks at you and says, so back to the fun? And he just kind of points upstairs in the ship with his thumb.
Well, I reckon. Where are my jeans, ambulance?
He grins, a mechanical grin, and from behind a skeleton, he pulls out a mannequin with your jeans on them. Not pressed, but just hanging on the mannequin. Cleaned, laundered, but not pressed.
Oh, well, good. I've spent so much time here in this med bay. I would be surprised if ambulance did not know how I prefer to take my jeans.
And yes.
So washed, clung dry, and not pressed.
That's right. And I have to back up one step. As you take the jeans off of the mannequin, it turns around. It's only from the waist down, but it turns around and walks away. And ambulance says, "Oh, I should have introduced you. That's Manny Ken." Thank you, chat. So there's three of them now. Ambulance, Medi-Cal, and Manny Ken.
And Mecha Nick.
What's that?
And Mecha Nick.
Mecha Nick, yes. Well, he's in the other room. Oh, Leather Jacket Bear, hello, welcome back. Good to see you from last night. Same rules as last night. $10 and make an NPC. Make it nuts, and we'll have some fun. I'm already taking suggestions from the chat, even though we haven't created any NPCs yet. But please do. There's the donate button. Thank you. Go to that Tiltify, make a donation. Let us know that you have done so, and we will throw in your NPC.
So what father designed this ship and all the people that work on it? Because it's like dad joke name, dad joke name, dad joke name, other room, dad joke name. Like, where'd this come from? I'm gonna say this as I'm putting my pants on, obviously, one leg at a time.
Ambulance presses a little button on his chest, and this little door pops open, and it says, "Dad Knows Best Incorporated," and he closes the little flap.
Well, that was a little bit closer to home than I thought it'd be. Okay.
That's because I stole it from you.
So I will hop until my pants, until I fit in my pants.
Yep.
Close up, latch on the big belt buckle.
Yep.
All right. I suppose I'm ready to go. Ambulance, where are the crew?
They are currently on the deck, man. They're on the bridge.
Well, I suppose I'll be heading on up. Toolkit,
Right there,
blaster,
right behind it.
cigar.
And he pulls out a cigar out of one of his medical pouches, and using the medical scissors, cuts the end off for you and hands it to you. And then heats up his finger that he uses to cauterize wounds and offers to light it.
Perfect. I'll take a puff off of it, and I say, I'll be back in 10 or 15 years. And I'll turn and I'll walk on up.
Yeah. He knocks the ash off his finger and goes over, and you can see there's a hole in the disinfecting machine. He just walks up and sticks his finger in the hole and waits. So but anyway, you move on and head upstairs. You get up to the bridge to find these three maniacs. You guys have just, if I remember correctly, just pulled away from where you recovered the item, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were descending into frost.
Ah, yes. You're dropping into frost. You go past all the moons and start to settle into that upper atmosphere, which is, it's even the upper atmosphere is 10 times thicker than Earth atmosphere. They're shuddering and juddering, and it's like mist going by, and then the mist gets slightly darker blue and thicker, and then pretty soon it's almost like water, and after that you can feel the ship starting to really shudder and have to push as you go deeper and deeper. The pressure's getting thicker and thicker. Now it's like jello, it's like treacle. There's almost a gap behind you. There's a space, a vacuum from the winds as you plunge deeper and deeper. Who's on comms? Serera?
Could be me, sir.
You're normally on comms, yeah. Give me a comms check. You can do wow.
There we
There we go.
Hey, bud.
Let's just start tonight with a critical success. Let's just do
Hell
that
yeah.
because that's what you guys needed. More help. All right, Serera, you look down and you see a ship is following in that vacuum behind you. If this were submarines, they'd be in your baffles, but you caught them just at a slight angle behind them. You see it, and it's the ship from the edge of the solar system.
They're pulling us into frost?
Yep.
Wait a second. There's a couple of things I got to resolve.
Also,
Do I
this
smell a
thing's
human? Humans. And he looks over and sees Carl.
And then
goes,
sees Carl
"Oh."
walk in. Perfect.
All right, so I thought it was going to be a bit
you survived. Welcome back.
harsh
Carl.
to...
Hey, it's you.
So we
You
have a
missed a lot.
sentient AI that we've given a funnel to let us out of this galaxy and maybe travel through time and maybe also get us back to our home universe. And then there is a bunch of space clones that are following us in that ship back there, and they're really we're supposed to be working for them. We're not.
You missed a lot.
Obviously.
Oh, don't get into the hold, by the way. There's some stuff there that we don't really want to touch.
All right. Like you when you say things like that, Soraya, you realize that makes people want to do it.
Okay, remember the whole like Schrodinger drive we were in before?
Well, I mean, it's been a while, but sorta.
It's what I'd reckon be on the inside. We have that kind of thing inside the hold. We couldn't pick it up with the grapple, and earlier we had to build a verschnoffen cage in the hold in order to contain a trigger who's inside a box. Say hi to Trigger, by the way.
All right.
This
So
tiny
we ended up
holographic
doing a
figure
reverse
standing on a
scoop
box
maneuver in
does-
order to pick it up.
Okay. So there's something in there.
So it's a fifth dimensional object that we're containing inside the hold. No idea what
Oh,
happens
you
if it
ain't watching it.
I'm a tesseract, and there's a little drink in her hand.
So can we see the thing inside the cage?
I'm the thing inside the cage. This little hollow
talking
that's sitting
about the
on
other
this
thing.
box. Yeah,
Okay, but the thing in the hold.
that's me.
Oh,
You're the funnel and the trigger?
You still don't understand how this works. We need to go deeper. I need more pressure. I also need more wine. And without moving, it comes back and it's 3/4 full again. Nice dark red wine.
Cody, did you
I
give
cannot,
this creature alcohol? How old are you?
I did not, but you know,
I'm all the
I'm
numbers.
proud of her.
That also means you're underage. You keep your eye on the ball. We have bad guys following us, and he's gonna start kind of.
Well, that's not your only problem. You got a leak too. Engineering? You hear that? You kind of glance over to engineering. Yeah.
oh shit. All right. So I'll go up to the engineering panel and run a diagnostic.
Okay.
To try to figure out what in the world is going on here. Because I've already been confused. It sounds like they face problems that are far outside my pay grade.
Yeah, it's one of those moments for sure.
I believe we have met before. Well, in passing. I believe it is customary to greet somebody, correct?
Oh yes, because this is Sorera, the little Sorera. Did you ever meet the Sorera outside
Yes.
the box? You did. Okay. So
I
you do
did.
know. Okay.
Kind of, but
Yeah.
not exactly.
Right. Yeah.
The shell is talking to you, though.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
I'm
Yes.
outside
Oh,
the-
yes, that's right.
suit's talking to you.
Yeah, the suit, the Autoborg is now functional as well.
They're two separate people.
Yeah, the Autoborg came back.
It's been a journey.
It
Yeah,
appears
Core decided
so.
to wake up finally.
All right. I don't even want to ask questions. I can figure this out after I make sure I've got oxygen.
Absolutely. So you slam the buttons over on engineering. You see there is a leak. It's right behind the bridge in the next room along, and it appears it registered as a leak, but part of the atmosphere is inside that room. Were you part of the? Were you there the first time that we went into Frost?
No, I don't think so.
Nope.
No, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. What your engineering thing is, there's a slight overpressure in that room, and it is atmosphere from outside, although the ship is not registering any leaks now that you zoom in on the information.
Okay. So it's flooded with atmosphere. Is the atmosphere toxic?
You quickly give me an engineering scan. I should probably make at least one roll before we give you all the information.
Okay.
We'll pretend we're playing a game. I know we're not. We're just telling a story, but we should roll some dice anyway.
Okay. I like the way you roll, friend. So when I test engineering, I test an advantage, so I
Yep.
will do that.
Absolutely. There it is. You start doing various tests. It is a nearly coherent shape. It's moving around the room apparently by choice. And when you open up the video to the room, you can see it's actually picking things up. It's almost a humanoid shape, but it's just in pale blue mist. and it's kind of
There's
picking
some-
things up and putting them down and walking around the room.
Did y'all know that we got something down in that room?
No, we have stowaways. He puts on
describe
autopilot.
Can you describe it better?
You can just put it up on screen. I mean, this is.
Yeah. I'll click a couple buttons to put it on the vid screen.
Yeah.
I'll say, is there something in my cigar, or is there something alive in there?
Probably frost.
Wait, no,
looks
that's
like-
familiar.
Yeah,
I
that's for
smoked
all
all
the
your
world
special
like an old world
cigars.
ghost. So yeah, sorry, I trod on everybody there. Let's do that again. Let's start with Chris. What did you say?
It's
sorry,
probably
what-
frost.
Wayward. There you go. It's probably Frost. Serrera, what did you drop?
Oh, yeah, we met them before.
And Eddie? What did,
Pretty sure I smoked all of your fun cigars while you were out.
Zaxxas. Okay, so that's the circle of conversation. I knew they were all good. I had to hear them all again. So,
Well,
you can see this ghostly image in the room, just for all the world looking like they're in a waiting room. Just
well.
Oh, Carl, we should probably let you in on the reason we're in Frost.
Well,
Kind of forgot to clue you in on that, didn't we?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've been sick, so I mean, now's the time.
Frost is alive.
Oh no,
What's his
you
name?
might want to sit down for this one. We're trying to talk to Frost to see if we can convince a planet to turn back time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the planet's a god or something.
We don't
and
know
they
what the planet is.
and they
Like a
gave us
sentient- It feels
Peace.
hive mindy.
something like that. I'm gonna take my pistol. I'm gonna go investigate the ghost.
okay.
Ooh, ghost.
Is that a statement to them, or are you telling me what you're doing?
Both.
Okay, so you turn and head for the door. Okay.
Yeah, he cocks his
Yeah,
laser pistol.
because you would.
Who's driving in the atmosphere?
I put it on autopilot.
Yeah. I'm not going to do that one because the name is at the start. Autopilot. It's been done 1,000 times anyway. So yeah, I'm going to do something else for that. Got to give a better dad joke than that for the pilot. So, 3 new NPCs. Oh, damn. Yeah, we do. Thank you. We skipped. Those folks that made the donations, type that sucker into chat and tell us. Tell us. Tell me what I get to throw at them, or they get to throw at me, because you can pick any NPC. Help them, help me, or completely neutral and has nothing to do with the plot. Entirely up to you. We got 3. Let me know. Until
What do we got?
so.
You, that ship in the box of pain.
Zaxxas, you were the first one to the door. You just hit the button and open the door.
Is there a viewport or something like that?
You can still see the screen behind you.
I wait for it to turn away. If it has like a head,
Yep. You can
I
kind
kind
of
of just
tell.
want if it's doing some like back and forth, I want to wait until I pop the door behind it and just cock my other gun so it knows I'm there. But
So
I
you-
have my gun trained on the creature and just you riding for free, pal.
And off in the corner you hear, "Can I press your suit? I'd really like to press your suit. Hi, how you doing? Oh, you look rough. You shouldn't be wearing that color at this time of the day. Can I clean your coat?"
Am I still looking at the ghost? I'm gonna
Ghost
keep
is
my
over here
eyes.
and completely
Gonna keep my
unperturbed.
eyes
Yeah.
trained, and then the revolver's gonna
Yeah.
go to the thing in the corner and just.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is there something to do on the bridge?
Oh, you needed that clean? You guys are still on the bridge. Were you following, or?
I mean, I thought he was at the door leading
went-
into the room.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think he was in the room
He
yet. I
went
thought he was
in
at
the
the bridge door.
Oh no, he opened. It's the next room over, so he opened the door that connected the bridge to the room that this thing was in. Sorry, I didn't. I thought I. Yeah. Okay. That's what happened. Sorry if I didn't get that. Make that. There's no hallway. So you snap your gun to the corner, and just sort of out of the corner, you can't help yourself. Just out of the corner of your eye, you look, and there's this little tiny green person, big long pointy ears, and a third eye right in the middle of their forehead, and they've got 2 hands up and another 2 metallic arms underneath that are making the bed and fixing the table. Did you want me to clean that as well? We do charge extra.
Judge, extra. Who's paying you?
I
Who do you have a
work here.
contract with?
I work here. Duck, she says, and looks behind you over your shoulder.
I duck.
And right through where your head was, this tiny lizard about this big. And it's kind of, you think it's a flying lizard for a moment, and then you realize, no, those are arms, not front claws. And it spins around in space to attack you. But because of a mix-up in time and space, what is clearly normally a massive creature of infinite doom is about this big. It comes
I
banking
shoot it.
around tomorrow and says, I am Megalomet. Go ahead and give me a shot. Oh,
We're infested with space
critical
T-Rex.
hit. Oh, that was the shortest $10 ever. Just right down the length of the body, just right in the mouth, right through the tiny brain, right down the spine, and right out the tail. Oh, I used to be somebody.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's a
yeah,
spot.
sure,
You gotta go
sure.
figure out what's going on in there.
There's like 3 things in here. I don't know who scanned the ship,
Can you
but
move
there's
to
more
the
than
left?
this ghost.
Can you please move to the left? And there's a guy there with a scoop and a little broom. I just need that body. Start scraping up the demon body.
You wanna?
Yeah, I gotta fry it up. Just a second. Hang on.
So, what is this? Is okay.
What do you mean, what is it? Look at the picture on the side of the truck. And there's a truck there with the door open, the smell of beautiful spiced meat and vegetables pouring out.
He
A menu
backs
down
out
the
of the
size
door.
of 47 kinds of tacos.
He's gonna close the metal door and he's gonna use his laser pistol and start welding the door shut. And just go. All right, so that's the fucking madhouse. All right, with no one go in there. There's a gas leak or something because something's going on.
And the blue ghost floats through
So
the
you
wall.
make him
towards
Shoot the
you.
ghost.
To be honest, I was kind of wondering if anyone was going to discover that room. I saw it when I scanned the ship, like way back when, but I was like, I feel like that would make a fun surprise.
Yeah, surprise. We're
Was
on
it someone
our way.
saying that the military just didn't put any sensors in there? They looked at it and went, nope.
Why are you here? The blue misty figure says.
Hi, Frost.
Hello.
Oh,
It is odd confining myself to such a small container.
I know. The bodies are weird.
There is one following you, but
Yeah, they're kind of evil.
I cannot stop them.
What do you mean?
I have temporarily caused a storm in our upper reaches, which will slow them down. But their ship capabilities, like she's looking for the right word, are better than yours, and they can come down here and destroy you at any moment.
Well, then I guess we gotta get our butts in gear.
Which brings me back to my original question. What are you doing here with that? And points to Trigger.
So you did propose that with the correct equipment that you could, turn back time and resolve some of the issues. And we came to take you up on your offer.
This is all absolutely possible. Do you trust? And they point at Trigger. You look over and there's another glass of wine. Trigger's starting to wobble a little bit.
Can I see if I can, like, take it away?
The drink?
Yeah.
Of course you
strongly
can.
prefer-
Yes.
Not under the influence, but
Yeah, you just reach down and grab him. I mean, it's a hard light hologram. You're a hard light hologram. Why not? You know what? You're a hacker. See if you can. You have to tap a couple buttons on the keyboard, but give us a roll so we pretend we're playing a game
Okay.
with advantage. And well,
Shoot.
you hit the buttons and you think you got this. You've tuned into the right frequency. What you didn't realize is that little Cordelia is every bit as quick as you, and she's just going, nope, 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 nope. When you finally do almost grab it, it just disappears and appears in the other hand. Oh, this is good shit. You fail after
Okay.
several seconds. You stop because you're going to start to look silly in a moment.
I think because we're about to get hunted down and killed by those space clones, we don't really have a choice but to trust this creature unless you have an alternative, Frost.
There's a long pause because I just thought of something. And the Frost just turns and looks at Trigger. And Trigger kind of looks around and goes, yeah, okay. And the drink disappears. And there's just sort of a shimmer. And suddenly they're in like an old school paratrooper outfit. Like little helmets. Cordelia, but with like a little green helmet, except it's all pale blue. It's all like holographic blues. So little helmet and little goggles and all the straps and belts and a parachute and the gear and the boots and everything. Even the little tiny knife on their belt. Little pistol on the other side. Kind of shake themselves. Okay. I guess it's time to do my thing. Oh, it's going to take about an hour and they're going to be here in about 10 minutes. Okay, bye. And they bend their knees and jump off of their little box and start to fall. And they go into a full spread eagle and go right through the floor of the ship. Just boom. And they're gone. You can't see them anymore.
Do we need to drop the thing from the hold, Frost?
You hear a voice in your head because they're back. You hear Trigger's voice. Oh no, I already got it. It was really tasty. And you realize that the wine that they were drinking was the funnel.
Fun.
It makes me brave as they plummet into the unfathomable depths of this planet.
Anyway, so we gotta go play fair ruse on a bunch of clones. Who's up for that?
I mean,
Sphero starts
I'm
putting.
okay with
those evil bastards.
trying to bullshit our way through this, because
Oh,
trying
okay,
to
Carl,
avoid
just,
them, we're gonna get shot down.
Just to kill you in real quick, Carl, what I'm about to do, because you weren't here for our deal. Our deal was basically to attempt to drop a bomb into Frost to blow it up. I'm going to try to convince them that we did just drop the bomb and they're in a very bad spot right now.
That is a fair description of the situation, yes. If you pull this off, if you can, of all the people that has to tell this lie, though, Serrera, you're on comms. So I get the gist. You're going to try and convince them that you just didn't go and tell them. You've just gone and done the job, and now they should leave because it's about to blow up, right?
Aye.
I love this. Give me a roll. Do you have anything that could give you anything but disadvantage on this roll? I don't think I've made anybody roll a disadvantage for
I've
like
just
the whole
added a
8
new
weeks.
NPC
Oh,
for
the
you
man
there.
who takes Serrer's message is really easy to fool.
That's a one-sentence description,
That
right?
is a
Give me
one
any
sentence
voice you want.
description of an NPC. Oh, okay. Yep. Serrera. Give us a roll. One disadvantage. Are you,
Okay.
I'll let you focus because it's 2 actions.
I was gonna say,
I'll
I'm gonna
let
take
you
focus
lose
on that.
focus.
I get one
Technically,
shot at it.
I think it's only supposed to be for combat, but I careth not. Focus. 1 die, 4, 5, or 6. Absolute 50% chance of pulling this off on sheer skill.
Pat,
It's a 1. Okay. We could do rerolls.
I'm
and all
attempting to
kinds.
contact them and there's too much interference in the thing. It's the super dumb.
You contact the wrong
Or
ship.
they're just not picking up their phone.
Yeah, you contact the wrong ship. You make absolute contact and deliver your speech with great intensity and emotion. And you hear back, "Thank you for calling Dadbot Incorporated. We're not here to answer the phone right now. If you leave a message after the beep, we'll get back to you." You realize you've made a terrible mistake. Go ahead and try again. See if anybody notices. If you fail again,
Put
they're
in
going to notice.
an order in their catalog, and then here's the actual toll-free.
Oh, give me a second. He reaches under, grabs the drawer, pulls it out, grabs out a big old yellow tablet, drops it on the table. Flips. Oh,
And then using the correct protocol.
there you are.
Here we go again. Oh, there it is. Yep, absolutely. So with that, you lock and load, and you deliver your. You've had practice now. I mean, this is the second time you've delivered this speech. and you speak great rhetoric at some distance. Yes, I got the name wrong. Dad Bods Incorporated. Yeah, oh, that's even better though. That's what it is now. Retro. I'll go back and edit that. Dad Bods Incorporated. But
Dub it over.
Sir, you make the connection. You make the speech, and the guy at the other end, all you hear is. Is there tickets? Can I buy tickets for the next time you do that? Wow, that's amazing. So, yeah, we'll just hang out up here.
Yeah, you hang out up there. There should be a big boom.
Oh wait, that's right.
And then
You
our
said a
visit
big
should be
boom.
over.
We should leave.
Yeah, tell him it's on a timer.
Oh man, I'm pretty sure telling anybody there's about to be a fairly large explosive capable of taking out the entire solar system, including
sure.
where they are, they're gonna move.
Why would you say that to me? That's really weird, but okay. I decided you left your finger on the button for that whole conversation.
Oh, don't worry about it.
But
He
he's
didn't know
incredibly easy to
respect
fool, so it doesn't
they're
matter.
they're talking to somebody who should be like a very logical, very tall, like Autoborg. Where did this accent come from? But it wasn't there last time. Don't worry about it.
All of this goes out. You just hear him say, okay, so, yeah, we're going to leave then. And then just before they click the connection, you hear somebody in the background going, what are you talking about, you moron? We're here to blow them up. Click.
Get back in the captain's chair.
I
mean, we've had practice with this before.
Mm-hmm.
was that on speaker?
Oh, yes. Yep.
Okay. I was just kind
Hey,
of
Cordelia.
Cordelia was definitely like leaning back in the tactics chair, like with her feet up on the control panel, like crossed over each other.
Yeah.
And now she's like, oh, it's on. And then she puts her feet down and then she settles in and she's like, let's see what this baby can do.
And for the first time, the rest of you see Cordelia focus. And you start to hack. It's like you've got 40 fingers and 3 keyboards in virtual space. This is what you do. The ship is plummeting towards you. You've got countdowns counting down how long it's going to be before the weapons get into range, and those numbers are dropping fast. Give us a first hacking roll to break into their system. You focused before you did it, so that's 2 successes.
Oh, okay, that's right.
He did use the word focus on you.
Yes, yeah.
He made a big thing about it. He was like, this is the
Yes.
first time she's focused this game.
Hi.
You were made by Mombots Incorporated. But you find it and you're linked in. You connect to this ship. You can see it targeting. You can watch the circles around your ship getting smaller and smaller from their side. You can sense the rage. But Cordelia, you are malware. It's what you are. It's a system. It's so open. So it's, I don't want to be rude, but it's almost asking for it. In the corner of your vision, because it has to be a choice, a little window pops up. It says Malware EXE. And a little cursor is hovering over it.
So Cordelia recently gained access to her administrative settings.
Yep.
And she found that she could separate her artificial intelligence from her malware programming because they were linked but they were not fused. I don't know what the technological
perfect.
lingo would be there.
That's perfect. I understand that 100%.
Um, and she knows that if she doesn't like she doesn't have full faith. Like she saw what the weapons that this ship has can do,
Yep.
but she now knows what the other ship is capable of too.
Yep. And you don't stand a chance.
Cordelia gets this very determined look on her face. And she spins around in her chair to look at the rest of the group. She says, "It's been nice knowing you, boys." And then I spin back around and I slam my hand down on the malware button and I separate. It kind of rips, like you see, it hurts. Having your programming ripped out of you hurts. And I send it straight into the ship, the other ship. And then as that happens, Cordelia's quiet. And quiet. And quiet.
I'm going to go one step further. Cordelia, you hit that button, and the malware goes down the wire, through space, across that space, and into that other system. And bull in a china shop is insufficient to explain the damage that you do to this system in microseconds. It's almost too easy. It's like a god with a toy. You just take away their ability to shoot, take away their ability to move, take away their ability to control their breathing, take away their gravity. It's just bam, 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 bam. Everything is screwed. You DDoS this entire ship. And you look around for more. It's all wrecked. But there's a radio beacon that you can follow to get out of here. It's an emergency beacon. It doesn't go here. Meanwhile, back on the ship, Cordy doesn't just go quiet, she disappears. This little bead about this big falls to the seat. Bump, 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 bump.
Well, that's not ideal.
You just
Carl, what might that be?
Give me a second, and I'll try to figure out what it is, because who knows?
You start scanning and poking and engineering around a place. You can't even get to what used to be Cordelia. It's like a formatted disk from your point of view. You can't even get in. But while you're searching, you do see that the ship above you is starting to tilt off axis. It's starting to tumble. It's no longer in control of its descent. It's going to crash into frost, which is a long, slow, crushing, agonizing process.
And I'll look back up and I'll say, I can't seem to figure it out, but that ship is getting ready to compress.
You start to see panels caving in.
she might have gone there.
Oh, jeez.
Did our friend just sacrifice themselves?
Screw that. So I'm immediately going to go into engineering overdrive. We got a ship that's getting ready to compress. We got a program that we need to pull off of it. Transmission relays. Is there anything going on with it?
You start slamming for all your worth. In fact, all three of you, because this seems like a team effort to me. So all three of you, if you care, roll with advantage. If it's just your job, roll 2 dice. And if you couldn't give a fuck, roll 1 die to help. Cordy, you may want to cover your eyes.
Right, let's turn the boosters on.
You guys.
I'm going to try and get us as close as possible. Let's put all the power we can to a receiver, see if we can pick up anything. It's going to start flying.
So you start trying to get closer and find her in the distance. Serera, you're on comms. They're a program. Maybe you can contact them.
Yeah.
You start to scan. You find that you do 2 successes. You find that particular sarcastic frequency that you've come to know and love. And you lock onto it. You see that, Zaxxas, and you start to pilot the ship down that line. Carl, you're trying to get something. What are you trying to do you've got Cordelia's bead.
So I need to buy time. If we're going to download a complicated program, we just need as much time as we can before that ship goes. And it sounds like it's in the gravity well. There's no pulling it out of there.
Yeah.
But.
Mm-hmm.
But there might be a way to slow the descent if I'm able to create an area of macro gravity just outside.
Yep.
Let's say I use so I need mass.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look. Where's mass?
You're floating above a gas giant.
Okay,
Thousands. Yeah. What is it you're trying to do? Slingshot their ship out of danger?
No, just create an area of macro gravity that will slow the descent. And so that's what I'm looking for. Is there anything that I can use that I might be able to? If there's atmosphere.
There is.
Lots of atmosphere.
Yes, lots of it. You find if you can run an electromagnetic charge at the right frequency through it, you can actually thicken it.
Okay.
There we go. That's a story.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Yep.
It could potentially work.
Yes, the graviton emitters. You'll fire those up. Thank you, chat.
All right. Hold on, everybody. It's going to get a little bumpy. I'm going to turn off engines to give us a little bit more energy.
Okay.
I'm also going to turn off artificial gravity.
Okay.
So that I could potentially isolate more gravitons, and then I'm just going to hold on. So we're going to be free floating for a second.
So the ship starts to. It's a little bit worse than that because you shut off the engines too. So you now start to sink with the gravity itself. So the ship's kind of falling, and then gravity goes away. So you don't just go weightless. You start to drift towards the ceiling as the ship sort of tries to fall out from under you, and before it balances, and you pull yourselves back down. Cordelia's ball floats around in the 0G.
And I'm going to use my only reroll.
Okay.
I'm really bad at rolling, y'all.
One success.
That's all you need.
Yes.
1 success.
So you fly down the beam that Serera's got locked on for you, Zaxxas, and you can see it. But it's dropping because it's got a head start on you, and damn it, you just can't fall faster than fast, right? But all of a sudden it starts to slow and come back towards you as you see a shimmer below it, starting to lift it up towards you. You hear Frost's voice behind you at the back of the deck saying, "Ah, yes, very good. Oh, Trigger has arrived." And there's a way down deep, almost black. It's so dark blue. And a little screen lights up, just a little one. It's not a shot from here, it's a shot from around Earth orbit, looking back at the sun, and you watch the green blob start to shrink and reabsorb. Part 1 is underway. You You fly closer and closer. You make the connection. Serera, you find the link. You find Cordelia. And you make the connection. Cordelia. You're in the ship. There's the beacon. I'll say it again. It doesn't go here. Then a second one. Poof. A friendly one. One with 9 dice behind it. Just in case you didn't look.
I looked.
The ship is done. You can do no more damage here. However, one thing. You said it separated you from malware.exe. You can leave malware.exe here to plummet into the center of this planet with this ship. You're not sure what will come out the other side, but something will. Or take them with you. The choice is yours. The door opens.
I think she takes malware exe
Okay.
and puts it into the most encrypted place she can find in her software.
You use the highly advanced tech on this ship. You fire up one of the computers that you nuked, because who knows how to unnuke Cordelia? Yeah, Cordelia. And so you fix one and you use that advanced technology to super encrypt a little, almost like a cage in your own brain, in your own virtual brain.
I renamed the file in all caps, launch into sun. Enter.
Intending to launch it technically. Wow, okay, yep.
That's it's gonna get launched into a sun someday.
Yeah. Oh, just someday. Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Right now into the green sun, or it's just that's what it's called for future reference.
That's the plan. That's just what I. That's not the programming execution. That's
Okay,
the file
That's
name.
what, okay. That's what I needed to know. Okay, so yes, you name that file and put it in this e-safe, for lack of a better phrase, the most encrypted place in you. And you look in the window, and it draws you back. It's like being hatched, because you're an egg. And in the software, the first boot layer fires up. I am Cordelia. The software shows up. The updates show up. You're asked. You see the update. The one that screwed you up. And it asks you if you want it again.
No.
You skip that one, and everything else loads up. And I don't know which Cordelia shows up, but one of them pops back into the chair in full Heartlight Hollow. And yes,
Windows 11 update.
turning it off and on worked, and yes, you qualify for a Windows 11 update.
So this Cordelia, she.
So what? You have bangs now? Not the only thing that's changed. Yeah, that's worry. Turns the engines back on.
Thank you for lightening that moment. And we start to, yeah. Oh, I like to think that Cordelia's response is exactly what we just saw there. She just laughs. Just like, you're back, you're alive. You just laugh. And you start to lift up.
Guys.
Yeah.
You guys are idiots. but when I say that, they can tell that I'm grateful.
Of course we are.
I mean, we're an idiot. We went into an asteroid belt. We're an idiot because we went into Frost the first time. We're an idiot for going back into Frost the second time. I mean, I think we wouldn't save you. Or make an attempt.
I sit back in the tactics chair and I look at them and I go, like I said, idiots, all of you. And then I turn around.
And just grinning. And this ship starts to lift up out of this planet, back out into low orbit. As you do, Frost starts to thin and starts to disappear. But as they do, they look at the four of you and we knew you could do it. And they start to fade away. You lift out of the sun, out of the planet. You can see the sun in the distance. The green spot shrivels and disappears. And the sky fills with stars. The wall is gone. You hear radio traffic from a universe. You've reconnected.
So we need two things. We need to go find our friend again, and we need to go find a solar farm.
You mean me?
Where this place dies.
And the box opens up. Then the box opens up and Trigger steps out of the box, all looking like they've been through re-entry. They're all like scorch marks on their goggles. Then the parachute's all ripped up and hanging behind them, and they're just looking a little shaken.
Welcome back.
There's a diamond in the middle. A really big one. I almost stayed.
Your return is appreciated.
What he said.
I got to eat a star. How many people get to eat a star?
So far, I think just you.
Well, we're not full because we may need to find a few more.
Yeah, I think there's more on the menu if you're up for it.
Just a little one though. I'm pretty full. You like their eyes are just like they've taken way too much cocaine. They got a star in them.
As opposed to the recommended Surgeon General's amount of
Yes.
cocaine.
Yes. A decidedly unhealthy amount. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Medically unlikely. This is fiction. Don't do medically unlikely amounts of marijuana or any other drug like cocaine or any other drug, children or adults, probably. Although it's your choice. Adults, not the children.
Okay.
You can't stop that.
You mind
Okay,
if I
let's
do
go back to this
a
game.
sensor scan for that farm?
You
Or attempting to see if one's nearby? So we don't entirely destroy a solar system escaping it?
The voice in the corner of the room says, "Why are you doing it the hard way? Why do you
Jesus.
insist
Because no other way has been proposed.
on doing everything the hard way?"
Because the hard way is more
I'm sorry.
fun.
Who are you?
Better question, yes. What
Wheels
do you look like?
around.
You spin around and in an outfit from an ancient TV show, a red uniform with dots on the shoulders and a sort of bent triangle shape on the chest. A man of indeterminate age leans forward and fiddles his fingers and says, "I've met most of you before, but not in this multiverse."
Is it a human?
Clearly you haven't been killed yet.
It turns and looks at you, Zaxxas, like you had accused it of being a turd. I am Q.
You're questioning or what?
Why, turns back to the rest of you like he doesn't make sense anymore, are you doing it the hard way? I've never understood people.
I literally just told you because the hard way is more fun.
Fun, fun, fun. Oh, like I get watching you. Hello.
I'm gonna channel.
Yeah.
Because I have a thing for old music, old television, old
Yep.
games. I'm gonna walk over to him. I'm gonna poke 2 fingers in his chest.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, "Listen to me, Q. Get the hell off my damn ship." and that is the best Cisco I got.
And they look up at you and say, "Oh, you've seen this episode," and they just fade away into nothing and disappear.
Last thing we need is omniscient gods on this ship. Captain's already damn bad enough.
You just kill a man with your fingers?
Yeah, it was a really bad TV show. And I'll walk back over.
Oh, I'm taking it, but I'm gonna twist it.
Oh, yes.
Zaxxas, you you hear scuttling.
Like the type of scuttling that makes me feel at home, or the
like-
type of scuttling that makes me uncomfortable?
The sound of tiny feet that makes you want to go and check and see what they're doing because they're being too quiet.
Yeah, his antenna twitches a little bit. Kind of pops open one of the cupboards to see where the source of the noise is coming from.
And looking up at you with big heart-shaped eyes is a cockroach about that big. Big antenna, really happy, smiley-looking cockroach. And he looks up at you and grins somehow with an impossibly rigid face and waves one little hand.
Is it who I think it is?
It's one of your kids.
Zemia, what? He just picks him up and like twirls him around. Probably the first time he gets to seen Zaxxas.
I went on a trip, and I went with some crazy people, and it was a long time ago, and they just had rocks and swords and stuff, and they almost killed everybody a whole bunch of times, and then I came back.
Well, that sounds excellent.
You know how hard it is to keep a human alive?
Oh, they're just so fragile. You don't need to. We keep them as pets, you know. You just you have one or two, and if they stub a toe.
Mine kept trying to mess with gods and darknesses, and I had to save them from themselves I don't know how many times.
Humans invent gods all the time. That's of no consequence.
And they just...
You made it to this universe?
You needed me.
Of course I needed you. Anyways, let's get you set up. You hungry? Do you need anything?
I'm good. I just ate. We had dead things. They're pretty good. They're kind of bland, but they're pretty good.
What are my manners? Cordy, Serrera, Carl. This is my kid, Zemnia.
Hi.
The resemblance is uncanny.
Pleasure to meet you, Zemnia. There have been many life forms on this ship since the barrier's been broken.
Speaking of which, that locked door, the welded shut door, opens up again, and the little tiny voice says, "Whew, I knew I could get through." And the little maid pushes the door open, feet skidding on the carpet, and walking out from the door, the space pirate to end all space pirates. Just confidence embodied. There's theme music. I just don't have it. There's just this entrance. Cordelia, you recognize this. This is another facet of your programming. This is administrator level programming. You haven't opened that file yet, so it just damn well opened itself. And before you know what it's going to say. But it walks over and cocks a hip and looks down at you and says, "Sega Steel, you know the rest."
Yeah, I do.
And she hip checks you out of the way and starts running the... You were at the helm, right? Eventually?
I was at tactics.
The tactics. So yeah, they just not butt you out of the way and start doing stuff
at
at
the
the
helm now,
controls.
maybe?
Yeah.
I'm just like like you said, I haven't like opened that file yet,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I'm like, how did that get ripped out of me? Did that like
And little Cordy looks up at you and pipes up, and they've changed again, and now they're in a little like a business suit from the '80s. You know, it's got really wide padded shoulders, and she's suddenly got big poofy hair, a big poofy blonde hair, and like a pencil skirt, all done in a weird shade of pink. Standing on top of their little box, and they look at the two of you and, what do you mean? I didn't do that. That's you.
what do you mean that's me? Well, I mean, I know it's me, but like, how is it? Are we supposed to? Or
And she reaches up and grabs what looks like she's going to pull her wig off, but she actually pulls open the top of her head, like it pivots open, and she tilts forward to show you inside. And there's chambers. There's like a chamber with a really, like, it's got really nice furniture, and there's a little Cordelia in there having tea. And there's another gym where Cordelia's just beating the shit out of stuff. And there's a bar where Cordelia's selling beer behind the counter and telling off the people that are, saying rude shit. And there's all these different sub-files and routines. And as you watch, another one pop comes into existence, and another one pop, and another one pop. Slams your head back shut.
can I like? Can I like go into my system files?
Yes.
And I'm gonna go to that administrator file.
Yep.
And I'm gonna open it.
There's a subfolder that's empty that says personas.
You said it's empty?
It's empty right now. Yours is. You can put whatever you want in there. Whatever you need. And then when you squeeze real hard, they all work together.
Can I put her in there?
I'm not part of you. I don't go in there. But you can put your version of me in there.
Yeah, can I do that? You're cool.
You see a little file come up. What do you call it?
I call it Captain.
Captain. Okay. Because, yeah, they're not really Trigger anymore. As you change that file name, their outfit changes. And they're now in uniform. The one that Q was wearing. Starfleet Captain's uniform. Admiral's uniform, I think it was, in the episode I was thinking of. Said his wife a Karen. But you realize now that you get to create who you are. You get to add essentially facets of your personality and fill them in. And the ship starts to lift while you start to lift with that information. Zaxxas. Your kid's just curled up on your lap, gone to sleep.
He is using a couple of his arms, just kind of petting this kid like you would a cat. It's not weird in our culture.
No.
And the other four are kind of like softly hitting buttons and kind of moving the stick around and
Absolutely. Getting you to the next. Yeah.
keeping us on track to, I don't know, Big Al's son.
Big Al's House of Suns. Yeah.
So, whatever we come across.
Crazy Al's House of Suns, where their wavy, floppy, inflatable arm, man, is 3 parsecs long.
Yeah, something like that. Whatever we come across. And
Yes.
he kind of just whispers to Serera, how far do you think we are?
Hey. I mean, I haven't really scanned for that yet. I thought, we were going to get directions from our friend who seemed to know this place better than we did.
And there's a map up on the screen leading to the nearest star farm.
Sweet.
Okay, you're gonna go that way.
I just start following the Google Maps.
So,
I want to, let the
Xerxes,
Severas have a chat here. Or, go ahead, Sarah.
isn't it weird to see stars again? A little bit to you?
Weird to see a lot of stuff again.
I think we might have broke reality a touch. As he looks and sees the half dozen NPCs.
They start
I mean,
filing out
I'm
of
sure a few
that room
things,
behind you.
fell through between.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice to see one of your kids was between somehow.
It probably is them. Has to be. I just hope that none of the others got ripped out of their beds or anything else weird happened.
Any weirder than bring your kids to work day?
Well, it's not a very bloody day, honestly, so it's probably the best day I could have picked.
So, you think anybody's gonna talk about what happens there?
With Saga on tactics now.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, Cordelia is aware of Saga.
Yep.
And how she works.
Yep.
Which is a little concerning, but like she's like, okay, tactics is covered.
Yeah.
I think Cordelia's going to just kind of walk around the bridge, contemplating.
You realize that Saga's a projection. You could just absorb it. It's basically a pre-made file. But for now, Saga sits there and does the thing at tacticals, being very, very good at it. Carl. The door to the bridge opens up and ambulance and Medi-Cal roll up next to you. So we're connected back to this world, Medi-Cal says. We're connected back to our universe, but you're still not home.
Who says I'm not home?
Well, this isn't your universe.
I'll look. Explain.
This one's still one jump away. You were pulled here by the explosion. You need that star to go home still. Can we come with you?
To that star?
To your home. We don't like it here. It's too violent.
It sure is, ain't it?
We work too much. We want to go someplace that made people like you.
You don't want to go there. It's a pretty messed up place.
How do good things come out of bad places?
I don't know. That's a question for the ages, ambulance.
Can we come with you anyway?
Sure. I mean, Texas is a big state.
What's a Texas?
Oh, well, let me tell you about Texas.
and that seems like one of those pan away moments because you start you go into full travelogue mode.
And after the fourth time they seceded from the Union.
And through it all, Texas A&M. Yes, Cordelia.
So I think when Cordy realizes that she can define herself.
Yep.
And she's been taking these moments to think. She's going to call Saga back.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to kind of quietly, and without trying to alert or alarm anybody, scan her friends. Because her friends helped shape her. And she wants her friends to be part of her.
Wow. You started taking those bits and pieces because, like Trigger said to you, you don't take them, you take your perception of them. So you take the bits that you see as best in all of them. Give me one each.
From Serera, I take his ingenuity and his this is Chris not able to think of the word.
It's okay.
His just his creativity.
Yep.
From Zaxxas, his passion and his determination, and from Carl, his caring and his kindness.
And you draw all those into yourself. It's the work of a moment for Trigger to do this again. One of the stars in the distance just starts to shrink. All I had to do was see it. Poof, it's gone. There's another shudder as space changes. And your ship changes back. It's back to the gray and blue it was before you left. Not that weird double brown thing in the new place. You're home. The stars match the skies. Cordelia with all those new yous to process. Serera, how did the two... You got a whole trip back. What conversation happens between the two Sereras? I need a conclusion to this.
So, geez, you need to not note, Serera. You're sitting in a corner for a minute while I narrate the end of this, please. I'm gonna get to your spot, and then you can talk. You're gonna sit in a corner for 5 minutes. Oh, geez. It's great when you go to try to, talk normally, and then the character's just like, but talking with me. He's like, no, later. Anyway, I only have so much time to do this. Jeez. So, first thing, it's not so much like the kind of more like weather, kind of looking at the stars conversations happens as they kind of traveling get closer to Earth. Really, the hard kind of bigger questions happen planet side, particularly
Yeah, just doesn't that, yeah.
on one of the continents in some strange place that back at home is known as Trash Heap 51. So kind of looking out at the scrapped like flying cars that would have been used 100 years ago, even something that almost looks like a microwave, but has some strange clear almost silicon material on the front.
Yeah.
With a little bit of working, I might be able to figure out what that material is. But kind of looking out over it all, the metallic Serera speaks first. So is this the fate of things like me? Not exactly. At least here, this probably would have been a fate similar to what you would find. Unsure why, but it could possibly be why Zaxxas has such issues with the former natives of this kind of planet. For me, my more issue with them is everything's just kind of disposed and done, and it's not really a question of what else can you do with it. I don't know where you came from, but you crashed onto our asteroid, and one of the things is it's either broken or salvaged and turned into something else. I decided, why not take a shot with you?
So,
And
go ahead.
so as such, put you back together and found you again, and well, now that you've woken up, I've kind of realized that part of me modifying you for my purpose broke you. And I believe we agreed that I should fix you and we should kind of work as a partnership.
And that relationship over time develops, and the two of you become
If
eventually.
you don't mind me adding a little bit.
Oh, please do. Yes. Yes, please.
So, you recall that our adventure before this, and my question to Zaxxas wasn't exactly out of no reason. I ran into a small issue with a title that the space people so kindly thrust upon. Well, technically you. I took a small enough role that they didn't exactly notice. They called you a hero, which, as much as it sounds all happy and good, it means that there's a perception that is frustrating, and people who then go to look at you for some reason think that they expect to see you in front of some pearly gates or that stupid, paneling and almost fake. That's not really, a hero is just somebody stepping up when they need to, even if it's just somebody doing their job. We, not just me, you and me both, were security on that ship. I insisted that we just did the work of security, and we're held as such. And as much as the news says, Serera Plicro is kind of a hero and whatnot, I think maybe to make our partnership a little bit easier, we split that 1 and 1. I'll be Serera, you'll be Plicro, and we'll see how it goes.
Beautiful. So you come to make it a team in the end. I like that much better than a controller. Thank you. Zaxxas. What's the wrap up for Zaxxas look like now that you're back in your own universe?
Pretty quickly he's gonna take out his transponder to the Pinkertons, put out an APB on Malachi, gentleman that he was after previously before getting into this little scrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Check the date. It's probably been a couple weeks in our universe, and the next thing that he posts is that he puts in his time off request, all of his vacation days that he's built up over the last few years. It's
an outrageous number of days.
I'm out of the office until further notice. Gets a buddy of his to pick him up and go back to home planet with Zemnia, and says hi to his partners that he hasn't seen in a minute. Catches up with his kids.
Yeah.
And as he's kind of enjoying their equivalent of a nice barbecue with all the extended family, the thousands of different creatures.
Yep.
I'm sorry, there was a revolution? And then that's where there's going to be a cut to black. Then he's having a nice afternoon. He hears about some weird leftist thing that happened in the last couple of years. And he's going, what? What do you mean?
So he's on another mission. I love it. And that brings us to Carl. You can see the Earth in the distance. Hell, the light's right. You can see Texas, all lit up on the Terminator. It's just coming dawn at home.
So I'm sitting there in the room explaining to the gathered robots. We're all sitting in a circle.
Yeah.
And Ambulance turns to me and says, and that's the story of the Alamo. But they all died? Well, yes, but it's a story of heroism. But hold on. What did I tell you when you're learning about Texas? What's the most important thing to remember? Don't mess with Texas. Exactly. Don't mess with Texas. okay. And then I'll turn and look, and there's a small tear, right?
Yeah.
This is my beautiful, wide, messed up home.
Yep.
And just like every time, after a long trip and you fly in on an airplane and you look down below you and you see the ground approaching and you start recognizing your sights, you start to feel, a little bit sappy, a little bit sentimental. And I'll turn back to the robots and I'll say, well, you think you're ready for this?
And the two of them look at each other and look back at you and draw a deep breath and go, we're ready for anything, anything, anything at all.
We don't do space opera in Texas.
Oh, it's
And
not
then
a
I'm-
literal thing? We've been
And then
practicing.
I'm going to turn on and I'm going to click the button. And I'm just going to start blasting George Strait. And I'll be like, that's our guy.
And you turn
I'll
around
just-
and their heads go bzz, 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 and reform into cowboy hats.
Start smoking my cigar.
Ambulance
And
hands you a
looking at
cigar. Medi-Cal pulls out the bourbon and 3 glasses.
Ain't no place like home. And I'll look down at the ground. But then I'll look back at the ship and everybody going about their duties. Home is where you are.
Bam. That's where we drop the curtain. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. That series had everything, man. That had serious moments, that had funny moments, I loved that very, very much. We made some money tonight. I'm gonna have to get on Twitter tomorrow and raise a stink because we didn't raise as much as I wanted to tonight. But we're getting some. We're gonna get a little more tomorrow. I got some open challenges I'm gonna make tomorrow, so we will see. But we will get some more money for this cause. I am bound and determined to get to that goal. Damn it! So, with that though, that is for tomorrow. For today, there are still the thank yous. Because it's not just thank you for tonight. This was a series that just very fortuitously happened to end this evening in the middle of this wonderful charity event. And yes, it needs a sequel. Everyone we've done has had a sequel so far, and there were plenty of hooks at the end of this. So there's absolutely, positively chances for a sequel for this too. I think these guys are a great team, and they've just started developing their characters. Speaking of a great team, I am blessed and pleased and happy to have all these people as my gaming friends. I could not be luckier. Nick, thank you. I've seen you grow as a role player from like your almost first game to playing 2 characters that are this close. I love it. I absolutely love what I've seen as growth. Thank you so much for being with us for all this time, literally since the beginning. So thank you. Also since the beginning, actually, Wayward, all the way back from the start, from pre D20 DJs, G days, both of you. But thank you also for all this time, all these characters that you've played in these one shots. They are always interesting. So thank you so much. I got to kill you tonight. I got to watch you process that, and I got to bring you back. So thank you for that. That was beautiful. I really enjoyed that. So thank you for everything. Eddie, recently met. You're in all 3 shows this week. That's got to say something. Thank you so much. These 2 characters so far have been really a lot of fun to watch. I know who you're playing tomorrow. No spoilers, but I want to see this one. This is going to be silly. Tomorrow night is our Curse of Straw satire called Curds of Straw. Look for us on the Discord. Look for us on all the social medias and such. Tomorrow we'll be messaging big time for that. That's going to be the big finale for our charity weekend. 3 events in 3 days. 2 down, 1 to go. I'm starting to really like this random NPC stuff. This is a lot of fun. I just get to be chaos. It's joyous. But that leaves us with one more thank you. Not just thank you for coming to play with us for all of this time and taking time out of your unbelievably busy schedule. And not just thank you for Carl, but thank you for hooking us up with this cause. It turned out to be far more important, I think, than we thought it would be even a couple of days ago. But this is a chance to make a real difference at a time in history when a real difference needs to be made. So thank you very much for all of that, Connor. I appreciate it very much.
And before you wrap this up, Mr. Humility, we all the players and the viewers, we really want to thank you, Kevin, for everything you do for these streams. You continue to be an outstanding game master and a delightful person, and these streams are so much fun. And I've learned so much to improve my own DM style watching you do what you do. And thank you for putting in that effort.
Thank you for that. That almost hurt to sit there and listen to that, but thank you. I appreciate it. I always give people shit for not being able to take a compliment, so I'm just going to say thank you. And I've seen it in chat as well. Speaking of chat, you can thank me. Thank you very much. But thank you for chat. You guys did this. You're the ones that made these donations. You're the ones that gave me a chance to play these NPCs and really push some limits tonight. I had a ton of fun, and it would not have been the same without you. So thank you for all the thank yous, and thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing out of all the bazillions of things that are going on in the world, and all the bazillions of things you can watch, you choose us, and it blows me away every week. Thank you. And one more for the YouTube people in the future that are watching this when I finally remember to post it. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope you watched the whole series, and if you did, please hit that like button at the bottom to let us know that what we're doing is worth it. So, Scott Evans, the final scene. The curtain comes back up, and instead of bows, because you've said it 47 times tonight, the entire cast is bent over at the waist, and all you see is butts. There you go. Oh, this was a wonderful evening, and thank you for joining us. With that, the only thing left is now more than ever, please, until next time, be nice to each other. Good night.